No.
No.
That's the only one. It's too much. I can't. What is it, Ferris Bueller? I can't. No.
I can forgive them with bringing back all those cupcake dials. Stop it. The Proplof.
The Plo Prof, not
Ploprof.
Pro.
Ploprof.
You said Pro.
Proplof. The Ploprof. Ploprof.
Plongeur professionnel.
Ploprof. 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 Ploprof.
Evening, everybody. It's a
Ploprof,
beautiful
c'est magnifique.
day.
I cannot believe that they came and brought back the Ploprof. Wow.
In steel, because it was in titanium. It's now a hunk of steel again. I have one here. It's not mine. I wish it was.
Oh, is it not yours?
This is not mine.
Oh, I thought it was.
This is my my buddy's, Gareth, who I met in Lisbon. I hung out with him, and he's like, "You know what? Take it with you. Make a video. Stick it in the mail when you're done." And this is the hunk of steel and the steel bracelet. The thing weighs over 300 grams. It's absolutely wonderful. But I'm wearing my Seamaster 1993 because, of course, this is 75th anniversary of the Seamaster, but it's the 30th anniversary of this puppy, which will not focus. Look at that. Great. Thank you.
It's so magnificent. It just, you can't really see it.
It can't handle it. It can't
handle the truth.
Oh boy. Now you're not behaving very well. There you go. So this is 1993, of course, the first of the automatic, the very first.
The first.
1109, because there was the quartz one, which was in the movie. But then they made an automatic one with the 1109 and then quickly replaced
the quartz. Was so cool. It was so cutting edge and so cool, quartz.
Back then it was very cool. So just great to see. This is a vintage watch now, huh?
It certainly is vintage.
I mean, and even 5 years ago, it has to be 25 years old to be vintage, right?
And like Pierce Brosnan, it has really aged very well.
Aged very well.
He's now unreal, that guy. They should bring him back. He'd be great as Bond now. He'd be amazing if they brought him back now. Wouldn't that be a great move?
Just to bring him back in.
That would be. Hey, Dan Jack. Hey, the Broccolis and Michael Wilson. Bring him back. One movie, one standalone movie. Be great. Because you know what? Those movies were mostly shit. They really were mostly shit. Except for Golden Eye, lace of leather, Golden Eye.
Dirk, those noises are dirty. You were making dirty noises.
Prof. Oh my god.
JJ 199 video Sea Dweller 43 versus the Planet Ocean Ultra Deep. Planet Ocean versus Sea Dweller 43, and I would say James Cameron versus the Ultra Deep. That would be the better.
That's commensurate, yeah.
But thanks for putting that idea into my head, dude, and thanks for the super chat. All right, where are we going to start? I have a little. I have a slowed down version of everything everybody just saw.
Yeah.
And I'll just make sure I have the volume down so we can speak over it.
I think we should only talk about the Proplof, the Ploprof. You're right.
We're going to get to that.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, it's definitely my favorite out of them. But let's start with the light stuff. Anybody who has been living under a rock in the watch world today, it's the 75th anniversary of the Seamaster. 1947 was the first one. And of course, the hippocampus inspired by Venice, by the little seahorses on all the Venice gondolas. I should pull up a photo for you guys so you see what I'm talking about. And it is the 30th anniversary of the Seamaster 300M. And yeah, they released a bunch of new watches with summertime blue, is what they're calling it.
Mhm.
If it were in any other watch, I think it would be called Fume Blue. But they're calling it summertime blue. And they did an announcement earlier today in Mykonos with the beautiful sea in the background. Actually, I think it was an awful location because it was too sunny. All the guy from Revolution Watch was there.
Of course he was.
Of
Ray
course he
Coe.
was. Yeah, and all the photos are gross because it's just like under direct sunlight. Like watches don't look good under direct sunlight. You got to step into a little shade on a summer day, then you get the nice photo. So let me pull this photo up. Of course, getting one of these things that's not owned by someone is pretty hard, but let me pull up the photo nonetheless. So the hippocampus, of course, was the inspiration. The one in Venice was where it kind of all began. There's the hippocampus. Opened a different window, didn't it? Yes, it did. And yes, that's what you'll see on the back of all or most Seamaster themed watches. That is the seahorse,
Yeah.
aka the hippocampus.
The hippocampus. I love the hippocampus.
And what you will notice on these watches, there are no display case backs. They went back to solid case backs.
Because Rolex did it now, and now it's passe.
Yeah, because they're going against them. They probably are. They probably are.
Who needs that? First of all, you only see it when you take the watch off. I mean, it's so, when you think about it, it's only when you take it off to show you, bro. Check it
Yeah,
out.
your first few days and the honeymoon period of the owning the watch, then you're all like staring at it with a loop.
Yeah.
Then you get over it. So most of the watches have an engraved, etched out. This is Poseidon, right?
This is Poseidon, and it is absolutely pornographic. It is
with the
incredible.
trident, like he's riding the two horses.
He's riding the hippocampi.
Yeah,
look at that.
I thought about that. What's the plural of hippocampus?
Hippocampi.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So most of them do, but not the Ploprof and not the Deep Sea. We'll get to that because it probably adds an extra bit of girth that you don't need. Let me
Everybody needs a little girth.
We all need
about the girth.
It's more important than length. This is the lady size, I believe, the 38 mil.
38 for a lady. Okay.
Well, I mean, or more modestly sized wrist.
Some fancy gents. Yeah.
For Aquaterra, really sexy, beautiful
bracelet. The bracelets are cut above. They really did a number. Look at that thing. Oh, wow. Very president kind of, sort of, huh?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Any of the wobbliness there, that's just my computer trying to calculate. Okay, so this is the regular Aquaterra. So there's a 41 Aquaterra with this fume or summertime blue theme going on. This is a watch I would very much like to have.
That's a beautiful piece. I mean, I still hate the cupcake crown. I still hate it.
It's actually quite uncomfortable to pinch.
Like, yeah, it makes no sense that they kept that. It should have been a 1 year.
Yeah.
But I do like the bead blasting edges. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Look at that dial. Is amazing.
What movement got in this thing?
Isn't that the way to do it? Who wants case backs? I mean, who needs this sapphire case back? I don't need it.
We don't need it. We don't need it, honestly. Especially in a sports watch that's supposed to go underwater. What's the movement in this one, Dirk?
I don't know. I'm brain dead. I'll find out in a second, though. It's probably the 8500, right? More than likely.
Or
unless an iteration, a modern iteration.
Of course. I'm sure their website has them.
It doesn't. I went on it real quick. The reference is 22 10 41 21 03005. That's catchy.
Summer Blue. Summer Blue is the name.
It's
Okay.
the 8900.
But is it not an iteration of the 8900? Let me have a look.
On the
Discover
case back,
more.
you'll find a similar depiction of Poseidon and his 2 seahorses. On the other 2 models, it's equipped with the coaxial caliber 8900. This METAS certified master chronometer automatic movement operates at 25.2, has 39 joules, and delivers a 60-hour power reserve. And the 38 millimeter, the 38 has an 8800. So it's an 8800 and an 8900. And of course, it's a magnetic 15,000 Gauss plus.
Of course,
because it's Omega, and that's what Omega dolls. Ooh, did you see that? There's a little bit different on the decking. Did you see that? Look at that.
Oh yeah, there's some extra lines in there.
Oh, there is this year. Ooh.
It's not a blue background on the date. That's gonna piss some people off.
I don't.
Easier to read, but it doesn't fit with the rest of the aesthetic. Honestly, the loom and stuff on the Aquaterra is nothing really to write home about.
It's never been though.
And yeah, I mean these leaves, you know, that could be the whole leaf there. That would be so much better. And also, again, another gripe I have is they have only loomed the tip of the minute hand, so you think it's the second hand. You know, you can't read the time. You can't read the time in the dark because you just see the hour hand.
No, it's the.
You can read it, but you've got to go searching for this extra blob of loom. Whereas had they loomed the entire hand, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just the arrowhead. Yeah. What is that? Whose idea? It actually looks like
See, that's what you're seeing then in the dark. You see,
looks like you're passing a store and part of their neon is out. You know.
Yeah, something along.
Wow,
those
that
lines.
is actually that. Wow,
while they loomed the tip of the seconds hand, which honestly in the dark, who gives a shit about counting seconds?
No,
so
unless
it's an
you're
oversight.
setting off
I'm still a huge fan of the Aquaterra. Next in line, we'll go back. We'll
that is one of the prettiest Aquaterras
guys.
ever, though. It is.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
This is the one that leaked. This one was leaking all over Instagram the other day. So we all saw it. We all know what it looks like. It is the latest design. It's no different to the Seamasters of today. Okay.
Do they all have loom on the bezel? That bezel looks loom to me.
It might be. I know the 60th anniversary does, and the James Bond does. The one with the faux patina.
Mm-hmm.
However, those don't have a date. This has the date down at 6, and no exhibition back. To me, that's more enticing. That puts a level above the one with the.
I agree.
Yeah.
Plus those movements, you know, they're not the 3-2-1. They're not one of those crazy old Lemania based movements. They're
right.
You know, they have rotors on them. Automatic watch movements are, unless they're highly decorated, like something from Patek or
sure,
you know, or Vacheron Constantin or one of those. They do it right. That $450,000 Omega that we were looking at yesterday, that automatic was incredible. But you know, that's $450,000. I don't think it's necessary. Like I said, you don't get to see it anyway, so who cares, really?
Also, there's that thing about basically, I mean, again, I'm repeating myself here. This is for diving. This is for getting out. This is for beating up. You know, this is a watch that's supposed to be mega tough. Yeah, it's beautiful looking, but this is for diving. It's for banging off of coral and shit like that.
Right.
You don't need any extra windows.
No.
Even if the one that's, you know, resting against the back of your wrist, still. I just think this is so much nicer. I also think this design could be a future classic. I mean, this is already iconic.
It's gorgeous. And this features an 8912 movement, which is 25.2, 38 joules, and a 60-hour power reserve. Which is, who cares? Because how long are you that deep in the water? 1 hour? maybe.
It's so nice having more than 40 hours.
Yeah, I mean, there's no
Anything
excuse
over
anymore.
40 hours. Yeah, there's no excuse for one. But second of all, it's like it just gives you that extra little bit of time to leave the watch down. It just means that when it reaches Monday, how do you put it down on Friday evening or whatever? You reach for it Monday and it's still ticking away. And then you start moving it on your wrist and we're back into shape again. So not a problem.
This retails for $6,500. Wow. How do they do that?
What do you mean? You think it's cheaper? You
I
think
think
it's
it's, I mean, it's certainly comparatively when you look at the guts of that versus the guts of a Rolex, you know, we could get into the Rolex versus Omega fanboy thing, but these are incredibly advanced movements, George Daniels inspired, iterations. Yeah. They're incredible. They're some of the most advanced movements in the world. And that's not just Omega, it's everybody. So $6,500 for that. Probably a bit more on the bracelet.
61, yeah. Well, if you're looking on the rubber at 65, then it's 69 on the bracelet. I don't know which prices you're looking at.
400 on it.
At the moment, it's 61 or rubber. 61 or 62 for rubber. For the regular ones, it's 65 or 66 for it. So they've upped it by a few $100 at least, which is fair enough. I don't know if this thing looms on the bezel. No, it doesn't do it.
No.
But it does have the two different colors, see?
They're making it look tricky. Do they do a loom shot for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the classic Speedmaster thing, do the green and the blue.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been in love with the indices on this watch because to me it's just Rolex-y. Those circles just looks like Rolex. I don't think it's very innovative and unique design. It's pretty. I like all the
bracelet. They could have tapered the bracelet finally. It would have made such news.
That's never. I think they would have sold
twice as. It's never been their thing.
No,
I mean only on the older Speedies. But I don't know. Look, I don't mind the bracelet. My bracelet's not tapered.
Mine is beautifully tapered.
Comfortable bracelets. I have no issue with the fact that there's no taper on this puppy. Look how slim this watch is. Look at this goddamn thing. This is, I mean...
You're wearing that very loosey-goosey, right?
It depends on the day. It depends on the day. No, and I don't know. It was humid today, honestly, but now there's a lot of wind moving through. It depends on. Maybe I'm dehydrated. Wouldn't surprise me.
Taper for you, right there. It's beautiful. Look at that. Can you not going to focus for me, iPhone 14?
Stick it in front of your face and then it'll work.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look at that. It's perfect. That's a slight taper. It's just perfection. Silky on the wrist and everything.
Gentle taper.
The snick and a snap.
So that is the 300M. I believe the next one we have is the classic 300.
Yeah, which is
the one that you fucking love a lot.
I'm mad for it. And this one, I think
because of those straight lugs and everything, right?
I love the straight lugs. I love it, and I also love how incredibly fine that knurling is on the bezel. It's so.
It's coin edge, right?
It is
almost coin edge.
Beautiful the way that's done. I think this is a stunning watch, and I think this color really works well on this model. And look at that! I want that. I don't want a case back. Look at that! Look at that!
Once again, what a great bag!
Beautiful. Got a might better on that one. Look at this, beautiful.
This has got the lollipop seconds hand. Not so mad about it. I preferred the arrow on the previous.
Yeah.
I know you like a lot. It's got a sandwich dial.
Yep, I like sandwich dial, and I like the lollipop.
It's got the bubbled glass. Like it's we can see a little bit of refraction happening around the edge.
Majorly high domed crystal on that.
Yeah,
and it's not Heslite.
And it's just so simple. Just as it's not Heslite. Speedmaster 300. Boom. With Omega. Boom.
Yeah, that's one of the more beautiful ones. Cupcake. I hate the cupcake. Get rid of the cupcake. Come on, Omega. That is bracelet is.
No date.
That's got a taper to it, right? Ooh,
This has, I think this might have a slight taper.
I
Now
think
you're
it
asking,
does.
actually.
Oh,
Again, the double colored loom there.
Oh, that is really.
And this wears so beautifully on the wrist because of those straight lugs, the way it reaches out, the way it sits. It's so kind of vintage and classic and sexy. And again, then about the loom, plenty of loom on the minute's hand, and then big fat.
Plenty.
You know, that's going to work. Now you can read the time because that arrowhead there on the hour isn't close to the indices like it is on the Aquaterra. So you're not going to get it mixed up with the indices. And a little looms lollipop just for fun. That's nice. Yeah. Look at that.
I like that music.
You hearing music on your end?
Yeah, I just heard like some deep, low, growly synth. That might be one of the most beautiful casebacks they've ever done. That bracelet, ooh, it's full polish, huh? Whoa.
Yeah, I think so. No, the center links might be satin.
That close-up said otherwise, so I don't know. Here it looks
Oh, you're
satinated.
right. You might be right. I didn't notice that. Let's have a look.
So Tim Masso now says satinated.
Satinated.
He definitely invented that one.
I don't know about this. I don't know. Maybe it's just the angle, but it wouldn't make sense to make all three parts high gloss. And as you see, as the light goes down there, that's the first link there on the top.
Yeah.
So they're grabbing the light differently. So I think it is. Yeah, it's a combo.
Polished
reverse
outer links and a satinated center link.
Center, yeah. So it's reversed to Rolex and so many others. Now, what's next? I think it's the Planet. Oh no, it's the World Timer. Now they just came out with a new World Timer. Did you see that one? The green one?
Yeah, I did.
Absolutely beautiful, and there's something wonderful about having a green World Timer like that. This, of course, has the same color spectrum, the summer blue or whatever they're calling it.
The twisted lugs. Liar lugs, as they call them.
Liar lugs. This is a 43 millimeter watch. Big statement piece, big boy, big bright dial on it.
Never seen it in the wild. Never.
I have. Yeah. I had one on my wrist. Well, the same day I tried the Sharp Speedies. So that was 2 years ago or more.
I had a blow prof on my wrist yesterday. How weird is that?
600 meter.
Fuck. So weird.
So same again, same back.
Yeah.
I love this Speedmaster since 1948.
That's great.
I said 47 earlier. Idiot. Loving this on the rubber too. I mean, if you buy one of these, you have to get it on both.
You do indeed.
I was
on steel.
About to pull the trigger in Lisbon on one, but the one they brought out on the bracelet was fucking razor sharp. I had that same problem. The one that was on the rubber didn't have it.
So it was the bracelet that was causing the big problem.
No, the bracelet wasn't the issue. The heads were different. It's like the heads are built in different factories. They both had the issue, or that had the issue, and the other one didn't. But the bracelet, of course, on that one had the problem. Anyway, I was ready to go ahead and get it on the bracelet, and then they brought out the rubber, a brand new rubber strap, sealed, and they had a deployant as well. They were going to give me, and I love deployants. I'm a deployant guy. If given the option between pin buckle and deployant, I'll take deployant.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised some people aren't into it. Once again, here we are, high. This is the other way around. This is high gloss center and satinized edge. Yeah. Fully satin edges. So look at that. And then no green loom on this at all. Just looks like blue. But, and again, the problem there with the minute's hand, same exact thing. An oversight.
That is a really bad choice. Really, really, truly bad choice.
Is that an applied Omega logo, or is it? No, it's printed.
No, that's the other thing. It's like, Like when they're in the meeting about the finalizing designs, like when do they go? Applied logo, no applied logo. It feels like Omega only does it for heritage models now, pretty much, other than certain models that have always had it. But but Rolex does it too, I guess. More cupcake.
They're not getting rid of that anytime soon, man.
I mean, they should get rid of it now. This should be the swan song, because it's just it is the weirdest thing when you try to use it. It's very uncomfortable.
Moving on to the next one. I think this is the Planet Ocean coming up now. It's great. I'm going to show you their website in a minute. They do it all in depth.
Yeah, it's cool.
So this is their Planet Ocean. I'm a fan of the Planet Ocean, and by God, what a color combo for the Planet Ocean. Different bracelet on the Planet Ocean. Everything's a little chunkier, a little fatter. This is a drinker, is a beer drinker, this one, And you can see Lume on the minute's hand all the way down. Problem solved. See?
Oh, yeah.
Same case back again.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
It? Look at that. And look at the texturing, this kind of vertical texturing on the dial.
Kind of like the Railmaster.
Yeah, like the denim one.
Yeah, the denim Railmaster.
And
that's what that looks like.
And the pure silver one, the kind of all matte silver one, the all satinized silver one. I had one of those for a hot minute about a year ago, and it was beautiful.
Look at that! Look at that! Oh yeah, that's the classic 1590 867 Planet Ocean. They're gonna keep with that theme because it's got the kind of puffiness to it. Yeah, that's a nice one. That's the 1590 867.
Now you see on the date wheel, it's not a white date wheel. It's the same color as the dial, and they went reversed. Easier to read, if you ask me. Who wasn't at the meeting for the Aquaterras? Was he sick that day? Because they missed a couple of cues they could have used from this.
That's an applied logo.
Yeah, beautiful in blue.
Yeah.
They've got the two different looms here. This is absolutely amazing. Yes, that's a big fat applied logo there.
Yeah.
Somehow it looks like it's blue and not. Now it's blue. It's like a tempered blue steel, perhaps. Oh God, I want this watch now. Look at the coin edge on that. It's not quite a coin edge, but
it's not quite. The other one's way tighter, but this is kind of Colosseum like. Looks like some crazy Roman architecture. It's beautiful.
700 in the room, guys. Upvote, please. Upvote. I know this is captivating content. Just remember to hit the thumbs up just below on the screen. It's right down there, roughly. Only takes a second, and it's free. Thank you, guys. Moving on. And look at that for the chamfered edge. I mean, Rolex guys get excited about chamfered edges that are just like ever so slight. Look at that fucker.
Yeah, I know.
You could put your signature on that thing. Look, wow.
You sure could.
This is my favorite so far, I think.
Okay.
I mean, it's a big, chunky sports watch, but what are you going to do? I wonder as well, do they have the push release system? I'm going to go ahead and assume they've put that into all of the clasps.
Oh, you would hope so.
Why on earth?
This is a small watch, though. This is 39.5. This is not a 42 or 43 millimeter watch. It's 39.5.
Dang.
So you might not want that watch.
I was assuming it was 42 or 43.
Yeah. Nope.
There's a 45 that goes around, and you can tell immediately in the photos because the date window is way inside.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so close to the rehaut. It's way inside the dial because it's got the same movement. It actually is kind of off balance. I'm not so crazy about that one. Go figure, a 40 mil. Why did they do that? That's weird. Well, maybe I don't want it now.
Yeah, I mean, it would look ridiculous on you, maybe.
and pretty much all satinized,
Yeah.
except for ever so slight details.
Sorry, Tim. We're gonna steal
bracelet.
that. We're gonna roll with that because it sounds great. Well,
What do you say?
satinated. Satinated is what he says.
Satinated.
Fully satinated. Outer links.
All right. This is the Ultra Deep. This is Omega's answer to the James Cameron. And again, with this summer blue.
Does it say 20? How many feet is that?
It goes down 3,900 feet, I believe. 20,000 feet.
20,000 feet.
Yes.
Well, that's more than the Titanic.
Sorry, I meant meters. What I just said a minute
Well,
ago.
it says 20,000 feet right there.
Yeah, but it's got the meters as well. I said
6,500 meters.
3,900 yards. 20,000 feet. Well, it's the Titanic is 12.5, right?
Yeah.
12,500.
Mm.
I think the Mariana Trench is when you're getting down to these kind of depths.
Sure.
And I think then Rolex got pissed off and they released that deep sea challenge thing, just as a it was a pissing contest between the two brands. That's all.
Nonsense.
This is a nice watch. I tried one on one of these in Lisbon, in the boutique on, what was it, on a NATO or something like that. There's an orange and white variant. But this...
Yeah, it's a 45, right? It's 45.5. What is it? 40? It is, right? 45.
Yeah, I think it's 45 mils across, yeah. 6,000 meters. There you go.
Yeah.
Plenty of lume on the minutes hand again. No problem there. There's no date on this watch, so that's not an issue. There's no lollipop. Well, don't laugh at the date. I mean, the James Cameron has a date. The SD43 has a date. The Submariner has a date. Who the hell is looking at the date of the month while they're down under the water? I don't know. That's why so many people like the no date sub. But
this is also the 8912. Look at that dial, though. It's like the seafloor.
Yes, it looks like that. And I think there's like a loomed up part of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now,
and that's etched. Look at that difference.
Yes. You're right. It looks like the seafloor of the Mariana Trench or something. That's gorgeous. I'd love to get a loop on that. So with these next two, this one and the next one, there is no, it's not an engraved or embossed back. This is just, I think it's etched or it's printed.
Yeah. That's just like a laser etch.
The laser etch. Same image.
Yeah.
A lot more text. Nice though. I mean, I guess with this size of watch, adding that other case back in this size would have been rough and maybe a little uncomfortable, because you're talking about a massive case back sitting on your wrist. If there's kind of if there's a gradient or different levels to it, some parts might stick into your skin a bit more. It may not be that comfortable.
It's a beauty. Omega steel. Their proprietary alloy.
Omega steel.
Yeah. 8912 again. Okay.
No lollipop.
No.
Second hand. That's the second hand I like right there.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Ooh.
It lights up for a second. I'm gonna just zoom
it's like
in
the
on that,
Ultraman.
guys.
Does that work under ultraviolet only?
It might be just like the Ultraman.
Just like the Ultraman.
Let's see what that is. Oh.
It's
this is Challenger Deep, is it? Is this the deep
yeah.
blue area of the Mariana Trench? They have a little map of it.
Oh my God.
And what is the text? We got to see that.
It says 10,935 meters. Oh my God.
And that'll only show up in the UV. That's super fucking cool. I love that.
Wow.
Just like the Ultraman, you're right. That's exactly the same thing. Wow. God, they barely showed us that. Like, this is slowed down. This video I slowed down by 50%. This is half speed. So if had we watched it, we barely noticed it.
Wow. Look at that.
Little message hidden. in there. Ah, dear Lord. That is great. All right, here's the one. Shit, I need a drink first. 7:50 in the room. Everybody upvote, please, guys. What a wonderful day it's been in the watch world. This is so exciting. Listen, no new watches, no new designs, really. Just a new set of colors and some extra new specs to commemorate the 75th year of the Seamaster line and the 30th year of the Seamaster 300M. All right, here she goes. And this is one. I'm just gonna pause this for a second, and whoops, daisy. Do that. Pause. Oh my god, I'm such a moron here. I'm just gonna put on the Plo Prof, baby.
That bezel is certainly loomed.
Oh yeah. So is this thing, by the way. It's a fully white bezel, so it's kind of reversed. The whole bezel looms up, not the numerals. It's reverse.
Jesus. I'm a big fan.
Any chances of getting my friend to actually sell this to me just went out the fucking window for good. This is one of the best ones there are.
That's a rarity to see the white dial one like that.
Yeah. All right, let's look at this. I mean, this is everyone's gonna want it,
aren't they? Or are they? Maybe they won't, because the Plo Prof is such a odd beast. Oh,
there you go with the sounds again. Can you get this on the bracelet though? I'd love to know that.
I don't think so. No. Oh, I want it so bad. Oh my god.
Once again, guys, this is how it wears. I know you think it's a crazy looking watch, but it actually somehow it wears really comfortably. It's actually, and even for a heavy watch. Here, I know it'll convince them that any non-believers out there, I know what photo to pull up. They'll all come around. It's a spectacular specimen of a watch.
Look at that. Look at the hour hand on it. It's like a giant saber. It's so unbelievable. And I love the mid-century modern secondhand with the little tiny lantern loom in the mid. That's incredible. This design, I mean, always been a fan, even more so today. Wow, look at that thing. That is just out freaking outrageous.
All right, there you go, guys. That cool enough for you? And he's got a smaller wrist than me.
Oh, is he wearing it? Oh God, it looks big on him.
Well, it's a big watch, and he wears those.
I wore it yesterday. It didn't look bad on me.
Really?
Yeah, it looked okay. I could pull it off. I could definitely pull it off. I could pull it off. I swear I could pull it off. I could.
Just keep saying that, and it'll become true.
And I want to pull it off.
Well, I mean, we know that Clooney wears the 57s, right?
Yeah,
they're too small on me. They're 38.9 or something like that. They're not even that big, and they're too small. You know, they work well on him. So, you know, that explains that.
He's a slender man. He's slender.
Yeah, I mean, he's fucking in shape and all of that.
But he's slender. He's like Cary Grant. He's not in any great shape. He's not defined. He's not taking his shirt off ever. You never see Clooney without a shirt on.
Except for in the American when he's doing his yoga. Now look at this bracelet. This is a new bracelet for the strap.
Now
it's very minimal, very straight looking.
I love it. It looks like a HAL 2000. That's a masterpiece. Look at that thing.
Now the pusher on this is not the one you were wearing the other day, the 600, which is the vintage.
It's
has that kind of it's a Bakelite plastic thingy.
No.
It's red almost, right?
It is red. It's red, red. Yep.
Yeah. So the steel one that's on this, as you guys can see, is orange. It's upside down, but There's no way I can. Yeah.
Or maybe
It's
it was
like
orange.
Orange. No, it's kind of red on the 600.
Okay.
And that's the original way. It's kind of a deep orange that's almost turning red. This thing I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is a precious metal. It may be made of a white gold.
The new
Tempered.
Well, Prof?
The new pusher.
Oh, the new pusher.
So you got a steel case, of course. Shit, if this thing was made of gold, pull your arm off. Nearly
The bezel ring
800
is
in the room,
self-focus.
guys. Upvote, please.
Do they have? They don't have a spec. I'm on Omega's website, and while it's very detailed,
I heard it earlier this evening, and I don't know if it's true. It would be a really nice detail if that fucker was some sort of it's metal of some sort. It's not a plastic pusher. I heard someone say it was kind of Ploprof stealth mode. Look at that bezel. Chunky. Look at the grip. You can't grip that thing. Of course, this has the helium escape valve, which I believe the 600 did not have.
Well, that's the way to do a helium escape valve. That's the way to do it.
It's very subtle, isn't it?
Very subtle.
Gargantuan's sword of loom.
Omega Steel is the new high-performance stainless steel alloy through an ingenious pressure electro slag remelting process. Oh, wow. 40 to 50% higher concentration than conventional steel. All right. 8912. No mention of what that's made out of.
No applied logo, by the way.
Yeah, well.
This one has an applied logo.
It does. Yeah.
Yes.
It does.
I'm not sure if I can catch it in the light.
Actually, could you go back? I think it is applied. I think it's just very small. I think the whole thing is applied.
Really? I think that's
Look at it. There's depth.
paint.
There's depth there. Is that deep paint?
That's thick paint.
Thick paint?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, that's not an applied logo.
No,
Well, I'll show you the difference right now.
Well, sure. And that's going to have the snazzy.
If it'll fucking do it. Come on.
Come on.
Goddamn thing. Sorry, but
It's like you had the
it usually works for me really well, man.
But I could just see like every follicle in your beard, though.
No, it's awful.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
See how if I can carefully do this. Boom.
On
if
the
I can catch the light on it, you see, with the orange Speedmaster.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, what year is that watch?
This is a newish one.
Yeah.
They haven't been making them for a while because they all went titanium and a mixture of titanium and gold, which I find is odd. But
yeah, the one I had yesterday.
I believe this one's like 2011 or so, 2012 or something like that. Might be wrong about that. I have to say, out of all three, this is the one I'd grab.
Yeah, the one that I had on my hand yesterday was the 166077 from 1971. The one that I sent you pictures of.
Right.
That was
it's the original 600 mil.
Yeah.
Meter. Yeah.
Yep. The original.
Now let's look at prices for a second here. I'm going to go over to their website. Their website is really cool because look, it goes in depth rating. So of course, 150 meters is Aquaterra territory, right? We all know that. Then 300 meters, 300M, which also includes the regular 300.
Sure.
Then 600. Then 1200 is the plow. And then this crazy ass thing, 6,000 meters. I mean, what the hell? Let's look at the price of the plow.
watch will survive, but your submarine won't.
Too soon, too soon. So the one you were trying on was 1971.
Yeah.
That's when they were released. Look at that.
Look at that. Yep, that's what I had in my hand yesterday. The 166077.
This has answered a question that wasn't coming up, I don't think. Or was it? It's all fucking. Don't get too excited.
Okay, Nathaniel.
Look at this. Oof. Oy vey.
I mean, it was just my birthday. Just last week. Why didn't it come out right before then?
Look at that.
My God.
And again,
I'm
it's
so
very
mad
thick
for
paint.
that.
It's thick paint, not a
It's thick
applied.
paint.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely for sure.
Lord.
Rubber
Can we
strap
read
with the
that? Let's read
70s
that.
look. Yeah, it's hardworking
Perfect.
caliber. It's Omega's coaxial master chronometer, 8912.
That's the button right there. 8912. Everybody's got it. All of them, pretty much.
The watch is a striking commemorative case back. Seamaster logo depicting a trident bearing Poseidon and two seahorses. Why do they call them seahorses? Why don't they just say, what do we call them? What was the plural?
Hippocampi.
Hippocampi or hippocampi.
Hippocampi, if you want to be Latin. Well, hey, Nathaniel.
Is it
You speak-
hippocampi
you
or
speak
hippocampi?
Latin.
You say tomato, I say tomato.
You say tomato, I say tomato.
1956 originally, and the brand's current design. I mean, gorgeous. Looks great. Love it.
Oh my God.
Discover more. Let's have a look. You got a price, guys? We got a price.
That's what I was going through the whole time. You can get the prices when you go shop now, and then it says, "I'm sorry, your selection's unavailable for purchase."
Is that what it says?
Yep. Well,
Hmm.
there
Well, there are some prices. There are some prices. I was looking at prices earlier. Let me go find it.
No, the prices are on their website when you go to the buy page.
Oh, yeah.
They're just not in this presentation here.
Hey,
I
listen.
actually love this strap, by the way. I think it's gorgeous. I love it. It's beautiful.
Here we go. I just clicked the wrong thing.
And shouldn't it be on that now? It should be on that now. It shouldn't be on a bracelet. It should be on that.
It should be on that.
That's where we are now, anyway.
Reveal the price. Wow. That's heavy.
Reveal the mechanism. Engage the mechanism. Anybody know what movie that's from? Any of you guys out there? Engage the mechanism. One of my
Weren't the
favorite
previous
movies.
ones 14,000 euros or 14,500. I think they upped this watch by about $1,000. And again, we're looking at euros here, guys.
Yeah.
You have to remember, anybody in the States, you see euro prices, that includes tax.
Mhm.
Anybody outside the States who's looking at American prices thinking, oh my God, everything's so cheap over there. Well, in most states, you have to apply a tax, it's usually about 8 or 9%. So, yeah, that's pricey. Let's see if anybody got your feel.
Portagur almost got it right. He's close. He is close. Portagur, you're close.
Nathaniel Hannon. It's the Greek word. Plural is hippocampoi. Hippocampoi.
You're so cunty. My God. Look at that. Op Kent Dongle. Daigle. Look at that. Love of the game. That's correct.
Well
It's
done.
my favorite baseball movie.
Meanwhile, he probably just punched it into fucking Google.
Oh, he might have. Well,
If you give them long enough, man.
Billy Chapel. It's great.
What's his face is in it? The guy that sounds like Pete Puma. What's the name of that comedian? He's tall and ugly. That guy. What's his name? His curly
No
hair.
idea.
He's funny looking. Step Brothers. That guy. Guy sounds just like Pete Puma.
Pete Puma is one of the lesser known Warner Brothers genius cartoon characters.
Talks like this. Pete Puma.
Look at the fucking light. I mean, did they just shine a specific light on that, or is it really going from almost
This
a
is
white?
Photoshopery. Photoshopery.
Is that what it is?
This is Photoshopery.
All right.
Please, I want that to glow. You know that Reynold was in there. No, brighter. Make it more look like starlight.
I want to see the price of this thing.
I want it
sexier. 68. It's 6,800 on the. Did it go to another window and it's not showing it? Oh my god! I'm so sorry. God damn it! God,
That's so bright. I want people to be blinded by it. It's stellar luminosity.
Incredible light.
Yeah. I want people to be blinded. It's great. Now hold my beer. Well, here we go. This is what guys jerk off to right here. This is the stuff.
Yes. Well, what are you gonna do? It's
8,800.
It's 201 grams.
Wow.
That's heavy.
Chunky monkey.
That's a heavy watch. I mean, a Submariner is about 160 grams.
John C. Riley. That's what I was talking about. John C. Riley.
Oh,
Come on, man.
It's a pretty good John C. Riley now that you said it. Thickness 13.6 millimeters, just under 50 mils. Lug to lug, aka wingspan. Between the lugs is 20, so it's the same. It's the same watch. Just didn't realize that watch was 201 grams. Dang it.
Razorgate follows you wherever you go. Machine O'Malley, do you think these will have sharp edges? Oh boy.
Well, I would say conclusively, after what I experienced recently in Lisbon, anybody who didn't see me talking about that, I would say it depends which factory it comes from.
I hate that.
Yeah, I think there are good ones and there are bad ones.
Right. I'm going to make a statement here, James, the advisor.
What did
There's
he say?
no one.
What did he say?
Machine, let's set up the KISS knowledge test between Dirk and the OC. Listen, I'm not being modest here. I'm not being a dick. But there is no one in the world that can come close to my KISS knowledge. He's not even in my league. As much as I respect him.
Apparently, OC thinks he can go up against you, so we'll have to set that up. Meanwhile, of course, he's going to get in research and brush up on all this.
There's nothing I don't know about KISS. Nothing.
I don't think he can impersonate them. I don't think he can do.
I think it's time for a challenge, people. Let's get the two of them together in a room and see what happens.
That is a scary gene. It's a scary gene.
Some people like steak and some people like potatoes. I prefer the female species.
Mother of God. Tim Wright, $5. Upvote, super chat. Become members by clicking the join button. Support the show. 730 in the room at the moment. Thank you, Tim, for reminding everybody. So this thing is, where was I with this? First of all, I realized that I didn't even show you guys the price. StreamYard, the software I'm using for this stuff, guys, let me down. So I'm going to bring you guys back to where, there, that was the price screen. I thought you guys were seeing it. Apparently you weren't. And that might be my favorite phone on the watch. So.
Just a straight up no. Look at that. I didn't realize that it had this. I didn't even realize it had the stop. It was that exaggerated. Please, everyone, come now to Beale.
Look at the minutes hand. It's not. I mean, I know it's a different color. It looks like it's a lighter blue. The entire hand on the pinion and everything, and beyond the pinion, than the other two hands. That's sexy. I don't know why, but it is.
I really want that. That is so unreal.
Here's a quote, guys. I want that.
I want to go to there. Tina Fey. She coined that. It was great.
If you buy a full subscription now, you'll get this free model ship. I want that. See who gets it first. Someone's gonna get it.
They all get it. This crew is smart.
I don't see anyone yet.
Come on.
Bow to your sensei. Grab my arm. No, the other arm. My other arm. Come on, guys. You got to know. Is this a little video? It's the same video. Oh, yes. They just embedded it. Listen, 15,006.
Shekels, it's mere shekels.
Leon got it. Napoleon Dynamite. Red Guard 153. Versace Boy. Good one, guys. So,
oh boy. So they made some ugly gradient blue dolls. What's the big deal? They wouldn't even call it a release. Okay.
in a
Fair
way,
enough.
that's kind of true.
It is kind of true.
They did a bunch of colors.
They just put some colors in there. The movements are the same, pretty much.
But
They're
listen,
not new movements.
doesn't that happen in Rolex too?
Sure, it does. Rolex doesn't change their movements for a
the-
decade.
Yeah, and you know what's the Hulk? What's the Starbucks? It's exactly the same watch, but with a little green on the bezel. Big
That's
deal.
all it is. How
It's
long
not
did they
even
have
a-
the 3135? How long did that go? 3135.
Forever.
And ever and ever.
3135, easily early noughties, late 90s,
Yeah.
maybe even before, all the way up to, what was it, 2 years ago?
Yeah. 2 years ago when they decided to, let their watches be anti-magnetic, etc. Crazy.
So,
But they're pretty though. This is a big release. It doesn't have to be. I mean, they brought back the Ploprof. Ploprof.
in steel.
In
That's a
steel.
release. That's a release.
Le Ploprof. How do you say steel in French? I don't know.
I don't know.
You say?
Probably a chai or something, because it's a chio here.
Acciaio.
A chio in Italiano.
Mm.
You want to know what stainless steel is in Italian?
No. What is it?
Acciaio inossidabile.
Inossidabile. Aye.
Not oxidizable.
Not oxidizable. That's pretty cool.
Inossidabile. Yeah.
Acier. Milice. Acier. Acier. Avec acier. That's cool.
Astier.
3135 was from the late 80s. Is that true? I was joking,
Wow. I didn't realize it went back that far.
but because Rolex rests on their laurels and they just don't have to care as much.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's
Look,
right,
look
that's
at
right.
this.
That
The
is beautiful.
Aquaterra bracelets. Ooh.
That is
So this one has an 8800, which is the same as before.
it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. And the 89 on the 41. 88 here.
8900.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. That is beautiful. That is a really, really very beautiful watch. I must say. Fondacier. That's that extra teaking that in the decking is beautiful.
Yeah, all horizontal. I mean, let's have a look at the price. Did it go to a different window? I bet it did. Yes, it did. Present the other window, you assholes. There it is. Boom. I love these photos of them.
Sure. Well, this is the catalog,
No,
Reveal the price.
Reveal 72
Euro.
Shit. They're going up. It's funny though. You'll find that the dollars and the euro prices aren't that different. It's kind of weird. I don't know how the logic works.
It's going up like a flower. It's going up.
I'm gonna pull up some photos. Someone was at that event in Mykonos today.
Who? Somebody we know?
No, someone on Instagram, and they knew how to take a photo in bright sunlight. They were using a real camera, like a bloody iPhone won't do it. And will you see? I'll send them over to myself now. Boom. And they kind of look like this. It kind of highlights how the watches are gonna look like in on your yacht or in the sunlight, these are summer watches. This is like where they're supposed to be worn.
$6,600 in American money. In US dollars, $6,600
versus 72. How does that work out? 66 for the Aquaterra on the bracelet.
Mm-hmm. $6,600.
How does that work out? What, because of the tax?
I don't know.
Make it make sense.
I mean, maybe that's just the conversion right now. $6,600 is maybe $7,200.
Dollar is weaker.
Way weaker.
I said make it make sense.
You just made it make sense.
No, the dollar is weaker, Dirk. So they should be 8,600 if anything. It's the other way around, my friend. No. Well, yeah. That's not making sense at all to me. Right. Stop making sense.
When there's no sense at all. That's Ice House.
No, I was actually singing Talking Heads.
Oh.
I got it.
Oh, okay. I was making no sense when there's no sense at all. I love him. Ivor Davies. I was a big Ice House fan. I got a pocket full of holes, hid in the clouds, the king of fools.
So I'm going to show you guys these photos.
You've got a ribbon of rainbows, the sun in your eyes, burning through. Could be I'm happy, I'm sad, could be I'm losing my head over you.
So as Photo Dave Jacks outlined, 7,200 is $7,800.
Okay, there you go.
It's not making sense. It's reverse. US dollar is stronger than the euro at the moment. Nick, you live on Mars, clearly. Apparently on Mars it is. US dollar hasn't been as strong as the euro
in a
long time, but it did hit. Yeah, he's probably listened to someone like that. It did hit almost the same. They were almost on par with one another at the beginning of last year when the entire economy kind of fell on its face and crypto hit the shitter and everything like that. That's astonishing. Let me guess what state Nick lives in. Fuck. Three guesses and the first two don't count. Anyway,
I live in the state of Staten Island.
Hey, the dollar, man.
Does anybody know what Staten Island's real name is?
Staten Island's real name? Now you're hitting me with one.
Richmond.
So these are the photos here. Out in the sun, in Mykonos. Now you're seeing how they really look.
I don't like them. I don't like the way they look here.
You don't like that?
No, it's too purpley. That one's beautiful.
I'm not getting any purple out. You sure your screen is calibrated correctly?
Should be.
That.
I love that watch. I love that watch. I love that watch. I just love that watch.
Look at the way the lugs, the straight lugs don't align perfectly with the end link. Like it's a CK2915.
That's exactly where that comes from. I mean, so that's one of the reasons why I love the CK2915 more than anyone in the world without the money to buy one is because
who the hell has?
People do. Somebody shelled out. Oh, actually, Omega paid the money for that auction, right? They bought it back.
I like the way this guy. Yeah, we spoke about it at length. I actually spoke to the guy who blew the lid out. He's the whistleblower on the actual scandal. You should go back and watch that episode. It's really interesting. I like the way this guy wears his watch. You see the way he wears it beyond the knuckle?
No, that's no good.
I'm a fan of that.
It's
almost on his hand. I'm a fan of that. Certainly versus on the other side.
Well, no.
Way over here.
I wear my watch exactly perfectly where it's supposed to be.
Right.
It's right on me knuckle. Well, actually, it's not. It's right behind it.
See the way on the date wheel here, there's no, they went for the same color contrast there, but they overlooked it. And they did the same there. That's lovely. Wow, the date wheel on the
I love the font.
World Timer is fucking beautiful. It's a gorgeous font, and it's not a perfect square or rectangle. It's a little bit tonneau shaped, tiny bit tonneau shaped. This one is a block with a lower trapezoid. Yeah. You know what? I think he fucked around with the colors because that should be white in the background.
Yep, he did. These are
all messed up.
No Ploprof?
There it is. It's on the stand. It's not on his arm, but it's the same place.
Oh.
It's a bit whitened out because that hand ain't so white.
No, this is completely inaccurate. We're not seeing these are all washed out and Disneyfied. They're like like the cartoony colors. Yeah, no, those are not right. You don't see purple there?
Tiny
I have two screens and they're both calibrated. Hold on, let me swap this over there. Oh, okay. Look at that. There's no purple there. Look at that.
Told ya.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Versace boy, Staten, Italy.
Staten, Italy. I'm in from Staten, Italy.
State of denial, says Leon. The dollar's stronger. You know what, man? The dollar's stronger than the euro. We've always been stronger, man.
New York City, the most liberal place on earth.
I know, has a state like
yeah. You get on the ferry and they're lynching people over in Staten Island.
It's a whole
like people on horses. It's crazy.
Yes, I go back in time over
people
there.
on horseback. People go to the Mercantile. I'm going to meet Jedediah over at the Mercantile. I heard he's found himself a good woman. I'll see you all.
FOIS is saying, "Hey, it's a wristwatch, not a hand watch." Yeah, I know. Some people don't like when it's all the way up there.
It's a wristwatch.
Anyhow,
beautiful.
Here it is. We've looked at them. They're beautiful. They're great. And what can I say? Again, not new watches. The same line. No new additions, really.
The backs are worth the admission. The case backs are worth the admission because look how beautiful they are. That is the Poseidon. First of all, Poseidon. Is this the debut? This is Poseidon's debut with Omega.
I want Poseidon on my watch.
Me too. And we've had the Hippocampi and the Hippocampoi and the Hippocampo. We've had them all, but now we've got Poseidon, and who's fucking cooler than him? They should make a Poseidon movie. Fuck Aquaman. Poseidon. Who'd be a great Poseidon?
The same guy who did Aquaman.
I don't like that guy. I don't get him.
Momoa.
Meh.
Mimosas.
Yeah,
I tend to agree. I think the case backs are kind of they get the big round of applause.
Beautiful.
The Fume dial or the summer blue, whatever they're calling it, is nice. I like in this World Timer, I prefer the green, the new green that they just released.
The green is beautiful.
Yeah. I would buy that in a heartbeat, that thing. Yep. I mean, I love that watch anyway, and in the blue.
I've always loved this. I almost grabbed that in the Rome airport. It was really great, and I put it on, but it was the small one.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
disappointed, yeah. But I think the winner overall for me is our baby.
Wow.
Our baby.
Come to Papa.
Yeah.
Oh. How I love thee. Let me count the ways. Yeah, this is going to start a romance all over again with this watch and people. For sure.
Yeah. People are seeing it on people's wrists. Of course, Paul Thorpe got into them. It's the first Omega he really got into finally.
Right, because it's garish, and he likes that. He likes
a big, huge.
He wants a statement piece, you know.
Yeah, always.
You know, he probably likes graffiti art and, right, stuff like that. That's his thing. He likes color. A splash of color.
And then, of
Color.
course, Clooney's been wearing one for a while. He wears everything in the catalog. I've been into the Plo for I don't know how many years now, since I got into. I mean, the first time I ever saw one, I thought it was ridiculous, but then I came around, didn't I? Same thing with AP. Same thing. You eventually kind of say, "Oh, hey, man!" The first time you were getting into watches, you were all about Omega, and the sight of a Rolex GMT turned you off.
Thought they were stupid.
And now,
Not so much.
not so much.
I rather like a vintage Pepsi myself. But I don't like the new ones. I don't want one of those ceramic-y ones. I like the vintage ones.
Yeah,
That's what I like. I like the old faded ones that are turning purple, look
Right.
all scuffed up. Some old guy dug ditches with it. They found it in a steam pipe somewhere. That's what I like.
So Tim Wright he has a special guest on, Mark from Long Island Watches. Did you ever watch that guy's channel? It was one of the
All
first
the
channels.
time.
Yeah. He's I mean, I've watched his stuff for years, and he can actually pull a watch apart and put it back together. And that's the first place I ever saw a hairspring being taken out of a watch and stuff like that. So that's who Tim's got on right now. So I'm going to bring this stream to an end. Thank you, all of you who were here. It was 7:50 in the room at one point. Now it's 5:50 because the two of us started fucking joking about Staten Island.
Staten Island. Oh, did we
Apparently
lose
we got
people?
like a lot of people who watch from Staten Island.
Did we
got
lose
offended.
people from that? No.
No, probably.
Well,
probably
go
not.
plow
We said
prop
everything
yourself.
that needs to be said. No, we said everything that needs to be said.
Yeah.
They've moved on to something else. I'm probably going over to Tim. But anyway, guys, when I hit end here and the stream comes to an end, just leave it running. Don't touch anything, and it will shoot you over to Tim's. Might take a few seconds, but go over and watch Mark from Long Island Watches chat with Tim. I'm sure they're going to talk about watches for the next hour or two. Really, really heavy stuff. I might make an appearance myself. Thank you all for watching. Dirk, thanks for helping me here with this.
Great.
I mean, we got to talk about our favorite shit.
We did.
Omega.
Well, everybody needs to go blow prof themselves
It'd be great. We just start seeing Plo props all over the place.
everywhere.
Be so cool,
Love it.
man.
This was a lot of fun. I'm glad we did it.
Have a good one, man.
Good night, kiddies.